Carlisle.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, since 1999, the sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, and the Westland Warriors, presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Seaver Brothers in Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Notmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. On the midweek edition coming up this evening, we'll go to the hoops for some, Paige Rockers is with us from the St. Louis Basketball Bills. And later on, it's off to the baseball diamond for John Grunnert, the coach of the Westland Warriors. And, of course, as always, on a Wednesday, we have the Easy on Travel Sports Flashback. It features, well, he's a Hall of Famer 2 or 3 times over, but basketball's Mouse Garrett anyway to pin it down a little bit. But we begin with scores and stuff, and that is brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour, around-the-clock towing and collision repair. And on the Tucker Electric guest line here in Carlisle, deep in the Carl Cave, he's Carl Durkis. Carl, welcome back.
Welcome. Thanks for having me, Rip.
Let's see, before we get, because, we got to throw in quite a bit on college basketball. You told me right before we came on you were up at our state tournament last week, and you were there for the Belleville West victory over Chicago. Whitney Young, which is always great to see. The South beat the, in particular, not just the North, but Chicago.
Yeah, it was a pretty darn exciting game, and a buddy of mine, Jim Rubin, as a matter of fact, his sons go to Belleville West, and he asked me to go along, and how could I turn it down?
Yeah.
So,
60-56 overtime final in that title tilt, huh?
Yeah, it was just an amazing game. They were down 13, I think, at the end of almost at the end of the first half, and they went on like a 16-1 run, and just kind of contained it the rest of the way. I don't think they ever trailed again. They may have. I don't know, but I mean, it's a long day, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but it was just a great basketball game, back and forth, and just going after it, So.
And the South rises again.
South.
Yeah, Oakville the week before, and now Belleville West. So that is what'd they lose? 1-2 games all year?
I think they lost twice. They lost to
year.
Chaminade and some
right,
really.
They didn't lose to anybody in state, did they?
No.
Nobody in state, and they copped the championship over at Centralia and so forth. So congrats to them. Yeah. What else? What else you got there, Carl?
And they finished at the last nationwide poll. They finished 7th in the country.
They were,
so,
huh? My
Yeah,
goodness.
fantastic.
Boy, that really is. That's quite an achievement there. Yeah, that really is.
For a team that started 4 juniors.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Welcome back next season. What about the college scene? That's it's been quite good again, and the seeds have been knocked around and booted out and stuff, especially in the top left of my bracket in the South. Kentucky's the highest seed left now at number 5. What a fall it was for Virginia, the top overall seed. They didn't get it. Wasn't just the first upset by a 16-1, but they got shellacked by 20 by Baltimore County out of Maryland.
It was a good old-fashioned butt kicking, I would guess you would say.
Huh?
I mean, if it's a shot at the buzzer or something, but I mean, the game was decided.
I know.
You know, they just never stopped.
And that's the thing. I always, and we've had a couple of pretty close calls over the years. I've always been surprised that number one hadn't got knocked off by a 16, really,
right.
But not like this. I thought it would be that buzzer beater, 4 points or something, but they were just crushed by 20 by UMBC, a team that got beat by over 40 by Albany, New York earlier in the year. Are you kidding me?
That team must have just been crazy that night. It must have been insane.
They played pretty well against Kansas State. Now K-State's no Virginia. Virginia was a really good team too, but they hung with them all game. Finally got beat by a mere 7. They were sandbagging all season long.
Yeah, well, Coach Weber put him over the top there.
You know what?
Give him credit.
He's done all right over there at K-State. I think Lowry's still on the staff, isn't he?
I think you're right. I think so.
Unless he just slipped away.
Been with him wherever he goes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. And then Loyola of Chicago. That's a pretty good basketball team there, actually. Loyola.
Yeah, well, that's kind of neat because they're in the Valley.
Yeah, well, and the Valley needs this because they lost Creighton and Wichita State. I mean, they've taken a hit at the top, but at least this gives them a little love again. And now they're into the Sweet 16 against Nevada. I mean, they got a rocking chance there, especially if Sister Jean or Jean Ann or what's her, she's something else. 98 years old.
It never hurts to have the big guy on your side.
No, it can't hurt. It should definitely help you in a tie-breaking situation.
I would think so.
So a lot of North Carolina, the defending champs, they weren't the same team as a year ago, but they were just drilled too. My goodness, they were swatted away by, I don't know what that was. That was about over 20 points, I guess, by Texas A&M. But the other side looks pretty. I mean, well, actually, the last 2 years, I don't think I've even turned one in anywhere. All of my usuals, they're gone now, so I haven't even. But I still play it for fun, and I only have 8 teams left out of 16, only 2 Final Four teams, and I had Arizona going. Of course, they got the easy heave-ho too, the quick one, and Carolina. I got Purdue and Kansas. I don't know if you shelled out any of these brackets anywhere, Carl.
Actually, I didn't fill one out this year. That's like 2 years in a row. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe lost interest a little bit in that, but all I'm worried about is I just need that one score to come through, and then that's going to be all good.
And
you know
what is that? Yeah, what is that one score?
Well, I need on one, I need 8 for the winner and 9 for the loser, so I need a 9-point victory or something like that.
All right. Yeah, those are kind of fun too.
Well, it makes every game interesting till the end.
Definitely. Well, 16 more games. Let's see.
And I'm still looking for number one. So.
Yeah, 16 more games, and then total this week, right? We have 8 over the next 2 nights, and then or maybe 4. I don't know. We got 16 teams left.
It would be 8. Yeah,
I had it figured out before I started talking.
Let's not. Go with our math.
Let me nail this down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, 12. I guess actually 12 games this whole weekend. I believe. It just turn on the TV and it's
turn it on and watch.
It's going to be
and then 3 more the next weekend. So
yeah, that's easy to handle
games.
there. Yeah, Missouri. They took a tumble, and that wasn't necessarily a shock. They were short-handed. Barnett's. I was going to say injury, but he wasn't injured.
Well,
he made a goof. And then they were shorthanded anyway, and Porter Jr. wasn't completely back. He still did, pretty well, but he was just gassed all the time. It could be no other way.
You could tell that he was definitely looked like he maybe didn't have completed his legs, and it was hard. I mean, everybody else has played all year, practiced all year, and in this game condition, and he's got to go up against the best now.
Yeah.
I mean. The cream of the crop, he started in the SEC tournament and didn't get a chance to. Well, he played 2 minutes, I guess, against a patsy at the beginning of the year, but that was it. So and now the Missouri, the very brief dynasty, I think is going to be over. I think both Porters might go now. They might. They sure might.
Jonte had a heck of a season, man.
Yeah, he did. Well, I think he might have exceeded expectations, so
maybe he'll go and Michael Porter
maybe,
stay.
Well, maybe more juniors will forego their senior season of high school now to go straight to college.
I still don't understand
if he would do that.
I still don't reclassify stuff. The Fighting Illini, they only wish they could have lost a game in the NCAA tournament. They got to get back sometime.
Right.
Sometime. Sometime.
It's coming.
It's
coming. I hope. But I'm just thinking they're gonna have a good backcourt. They need that thumper in the middle, and because I think they got a couple kids, maybe 6'6", 6'7" coming in. Well, every big guy they always get is usually like 200 pounds, 6'10", 200 pounds. So you know how big that is.
Boy, they are going to really miss LeRon Black. He was their best guy.
Yeah, I even heard a little bit of I saw on Twitter where somebody must have talked to the Liddell kid from Belleville West and that other kid. There's another 6'7", and they were supposedly impressed by the way Underwood used Black, because he was only 6'7", and he was dominating at times.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
So maybe that system will play into some guys like that, and just revisit the Flying Illini days when they were just the biggest guy was 6'6".
Well, Kenny Battle, what a group! What a fun group that was. Penny Hardaway is the new coach at Memphis. That just might work out, actually.
Well,
I would think he would probably be a fun guy to play with. Yeah, he's a local. They love him. Yeah, he knows all these AAU kids. He might just do. Tubby didn't do badly there, at least in the win total, but. It takes more than that. The Cardinals won another exhibition game in the Sunshine State today. They beat the Marlins, who they play every other day, 13-6. 3 homers. Matt Bowman was sharp through 2. Good. They've got the Braves tomorrow.
That's great.
What's the outlook for the actual season from your vantage point, Carl?
I
don't know.
I can't get past saying third place in the division. I don't know why.
Milwaukee.
That's where I'm going
Milwaukee
with
Cardinals. Is that what you're looking at?
Pretty much. Yeah. But you never know. I mean, the pitching staff, if it's better than,
You said the word, though. You said if. In fact, they lost body. They lost a body in Lance Lynn. Good winner, and innings leader, and everything else.
Wasn't his offer sheet like $17 million?
Oh, yeah.
And he turned that down, and he signed for, 10?
I think he got about 11 or 12 with – that's kind of crazy. Moustakas did the same thing. He got 6.5 with Kansas City when he went back to them.
What's it tell you? Maybe he just didn't care for St. Louis anymore either. So.
Well, I'm sure that was a two-way thing, yeah. I mean, I would really think if a week or so ago before he signed with Minnesota and they come back and say, you know what, we'll give you 3 years and $45 million, he would have said, go stick it. And if I would have been him, I would have said the same thing.
I just seem to think he's going to be really good.
Yeah, he's a must, man.
They always said the second season after the Tommy John is your best, or your better one. You're stronger, and he was pretty darn good last year.
Yeah, he really was.
For somebody coming in, and he gives you innings, and he's just a big moose, and every fifth day they gave him the ball.
He's a pretty tough dude by today's standards, so I don't get it at all. I know they've got the young guys. Not all of them are going to come through. Not this year. Not, hopefully they do. But they're ifs. I don't like to bet on ifs. But Alex Cobb is, I guess, the last remaining really good pitcher out there, and he got a big deal with the Baltimore Orioles. So he served $60 million in 4 years, I believe. He had a better agent.
They may not be able to afford Machado next year then. So
you know where he's headed, right?
Well, I know who's going to finish second.
And I think I know who's going to finish first, the Yankees.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to be second. Everybody
that
claimed they're second.
Said, we made a great offer. We made a great offer.
They did for Stanton, though, from all accounts.
Right.
And it was up to him.
But, he nixed that. It ended up to be like more of a free agent.
I know it. Wasn't that weird?
You know,
The Marlins
I mean,
are-
he dictated the trade. I guess
Marlins
that's
are-
where the no trade clause comes in.
Exactly. Well, yeah, right. That was stupid right off the bat. The Blues, they're coming from behind. They're 3 points off the pace. They're winning a little bit as of late again, but they gotta hustle. They do have a game or two on hand on 2 or 3 of these teams ahead of them, but it's going to come down maybe that all the way to that last weekend. I tell you, they have 10 games remaining.
Got to win at least 8, I'd say. Well, you just got to win. Take
Just
care of
gotta
yourself. Not worry about the other teams, because last night I think L.A. was down 1 with under a minute to go and thinking, hey, they're not going to get any points. Well, they scored with 47 seconds left to tie it, and then I think they won in overtime or something. So they got 2 points instead of 0. So they kind of got them, but
Yeah,
they just got to take care of themselves. Well, they should have taken care of themselves in January and February, so we wouldn't have had to worry all about this
very
in
true.
March.
Yeah, but you see, everybody thought they had it clinched in about 2 months in. They were 3-1.
Yeah, well,
It doesn't work that way, does it? And especially in that
no,
conference.
you gotta play them all.
Finally, Carl, are you just happy as all get out over Eldrick's play last weekend?
You know, I know there's probably mixed opinions about it.
Oh,
And
yeah, it's a love-hate. I'm on the hate. You know that.
It's yeah, I know. Well, yeah, I gathered that. But I think it can't be bad for the game. It can't be bad. He's not like he used to be, where he doesn't. Guys they're not afraid of him anymore. You know, like, heck, he was unbelievable when you talk about what he did a couple of those years, you know. But these guys are so good right now, and this match play is going on right now, and they're just fun to watch.
That's confusing. I don't know who does what there. But
Yeah,
ESPN especially, I feel bad for the guys who win or in the lead. They don't get any credit for anything. It's all Eldrick. And when the other day they posted the headline on their .com site, strong finish by Eldrick. No, it wasn't at all. He had 2 bogeys and a par. It wasn't a strong finish at all, and his best day was his first day. They're full of crap, ESPN is.
I agree there. And when they do televise it, they televise every one of his shots. I understand that, you know, but you'd like to see all the other kids too, because boy, it's just an amazing talent going on in that.
Well, there are a lot of really good players, and the Big East coming up next weekend, not this weekend, but the following, the Masters, correct?
Oh yeah, it's right around there.
April.
I don't know. Is it Easter weekend?
Whatever the April. Yeah, it'd be the following. Not this or next, but the one after that.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
Okie doke. Carl, I guess we got to slide away. Anything last little parting gift from you?
No, I just see if you can do anything about making it warm outside so we can play some golf. How's that sound?
Done. About mid-April. Hey, I just appreciate a sun-shining day, you know.
Yeah,
it's
that
a
was
slop
nice
that bothers me.
finally.
I don't expect it to be 80. But, all right, thanks a bunch, Carl.
Sounds great. Have a good evening.
Carl Durkis on Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Zach Autobody in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. Do it if you need to. Check them out. Page Rockers is next, and still later, John Grunnett. In between somewhere, the flashback. Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common-sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports. If you're looking for Nissan quality, be sure to check out what Muck & Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan and Centralia has to offer. Munkins has the entire field covered with a great lineup of Nissans, including Maximas, Altimas, and Sentras, SUVs and crossovers, and Titan and Frontier trucks. And you can relax when you shop Munkins because you know you're getting the better deal every time, along with terrific service after the sale. For your Nissan, log on to Munkin1.com, or better yet, visit Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in person, Route 161 West in Centralia.
When wearing contacts, you shouldn't even be able to feel them. If they're uncomfortable or feeling dry, come see us at Lebanon Optometric Center or Breeze Family Vision Center. We'll find the right contacts for you, whether it's multifocal, astigmatism, daily disposables, or hybrid lenses. Don't suffer through contacts that are just fine. We have all the major brands to choose from, and with locations in Breeze and Lebanon, if you damage or tear your contacts, we can replace them right away. Start seeing clearer today with a little help from Breeze Family Vision Center or Lebanon Optometric Center.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
Welcome back, sports fans. We're up here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Let's saddle up from the Tucker Electric guest line for St. Louis and Billikens basketball standout. Carlisle's own Paige Rockers. Paige, welcome back to Talkin' Sports.
How are you, Rip? Thanks for having me.
Hey, I am fine, and hopefully you are as well. And wow, in seemingly a blink, it has for me, let alone 5 years of college hoops have already drawn to a close. We'll start with the end of this season, though, Paige, and you went to the NIT for a second consecutive time. You just ran into a really good club in Kansas State. Yeah,
they were a pretty tough team. I mean, I think this year was a little different. We were kind of on the bubble if we would make the NIT or not compared to previously. So our team was pretty excited when we found out we got to play, let alone play a big opponent like Kansas State and go travel there and compete against them. But, yeah, it was exciting to play in another postseason.
They beat you by 14, and the thing, yeah, that's the deal. You had to travel to Manhattan. I know that's always a really tough place to play on the men's side. I'm sure it is on the women's as well.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough environment. It was pretty cool to play against, but, yeah, they had a pretty big fan base, and it was cool to play there.
You were tagged for the national invite there after a 17-15 record after that Atlantic 10 tournament action, and you always want the NCAA bid, of course, and I'm not sure how long it's been for St. Louis now, Paige. Do you know offhand? But
the girls program has actually never made it.
They have never. Okay.
Mm-mm.
There's been a few good teams here too, but that's the thing. It's just not easy to track that down. So if you don't get or win the tournament or get the at-large, you go to the next best thing, which is the NIT, and that's something to play for there as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously everyone wants to make the big dance.
Sure.
And how many teams are competing all for the same goal? So even playing in the NIT, well, it certainly was, and making the NCAA was our first goal, but we were so excited to play in the NIT.
Yeah, I'm sure. And do you think the women's version of the big dance is already over? My goodness, UConn, I think they scored 90 first half points against somebody the other
I heard they scored
half.
94 points in the first half and 55 in the first quarter. I definitely think they're out for revenge after not winning it last year.
Yeah,
so.
Somebody made them mad. Hey, what do you think about the quarters? Do you like that? That's been, I guess, in vogue for 2 years now, maybe?
Yeah, it started my redshirt year, so I would have played with it for 2 years.
Okay.
I like it. I think it helps with the girls' game. However, some games, the advancement rule is nice, but sometimes the fouling and the free throws, that one-on-one sometimes help at the end of games when, you're needing to foul the other team you only want them to. But with the quarter rule, you're guaranteed 2 shots after 5 fouls. So
very true.
Depends on which side you're on, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. And I saw you play some online, and then I've been over to mostly KC for women's action on the JUCO side. It's a bit different. I'm kind of all right with it, but I know the men's NIT is kind of experimenting with that right now. They've got a few new rules they punched in.
I saw
that. Nice run, though. You went 2-1 in the A10 roundup before the national postseason event, and you got you cashed in a semifinal appearance there before. Who was it? St. Joe's clipped you, and that was a team you trounced them earlier in the year, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. The first time we played them at home, I think it was our pink game. We were pretty amped up, and they didn't have one of their best players out. And I think the time we played them in the conference tournament, we just didn't show up like we had been playing. So it's kind of sad for us seniors because we really wanted that game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You hit 96 points. How many did you bury that game, Paige? Roughly?
That I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I'm
that
not
was
very good at remembering that stuff.
Mid-January, but
yeah.
But you had UMass and a win over them and over Duquesne before a loss to St. Joe's. George Washington, GW, they won the A10 post, and they went to the NCAA. They got that automatic, but I saw the other day, looking through some scores, I believe Ohio State shipped them out.
Yep. It was exciting to see someone other than Dayton, though, come out and win the postseason conference tournament, though. So
Dayton, they did
obviously
win.
we were hoping it to be us, but
right.
GW beat Dayton and then ended up winning it all. So
Dayton did. They only lost one game during the regular season. Who they lose to? Do you know?
It was actually us on our senior night. So
you did beat them on.
We definitely made our senior night.
Checking out the schedule right here, Paige. Yeah, 85-72. My goodness, that really propelled you into the postseason, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it definitely gave us confidence going into the postseason. Obviously, we fell a little more short than we were hoping, but I definitely think beating Dayton kind of was the statement of our season or something that we can look back on as a group.
Definitely. You spoiled their perfect campaign, and that doesn't happen too often at any level, men's, women's, whatever. So they 15-1 instead of 16 and zip. But
yeah.
And you went 17-16 overall, and then 9-7 in league play. You were in the middle of the pack, but it was really bunched up. I mean, you're right behind St. Joe's and GW and George Mason and so forth. So it really, the conference is always good. I think you were second last year, though, weren't you, Paige?
Yeah, I think we finished fourth, I think, last year, but we were tied for second or first going into the last game. We were picked preseason this year to finish second behind Dayton, and we had a tougher non-conference schedule, hoping to kind of prepare us for it. We hung in there with a tougher non-conference schedule. However, we usually fell a little short in the fourth quarter, and unfortunately, we did that also in some big conference games to teams we should have beat, and I think we ended up getting seventh, in the league, and that kind of fell us short than what we were picked at to finish second.
It's always good, though, that conference is the A10 very competitive, and you found out about that in the last.
That just goes to prove how competitive our conference was this year, that any team could win on any given night. Exception of Dayton. With their one game,
who you did beat, by the way. So
yeah.
Now you spent 2 years on the active SLU roster. You were there again. I believe you could practice in that transfer year, right? But of course you couldn't play and stuff.
Yep,
but,
still got to practice. Just couldn't travel.
I'd have to say, and you want to go and play and keep going, of course. But all in all, I think you capped off the stay there in pretty fine fashion in the 17-18 season.
Oh, yeah.
And you yourself, Paige, I was so happy to see this. When did you become a starter? Because you finally you got an opportunity for more court time, and you didn't disappoint.
Yeah, I think it was right after our Fordham conference game. So it would have been the third conference game I earned my start. And I mean, my first year playing wise at SLU, I definitely didn't see the court as much as I was hoping for or worked for. So getting that opportunity and chance from my coach and having her have the confidence and trust in me and giving me more time slowly and finally earning my starting spot, I think that definitely gave me the senior year I wanted and kind of made me happy with basketball. in my time at SLU. So yeah.
That's terrific. And I missed the first start or two. I ran into whoever I ran into anymore. They said, "Yeah, Paige is starting." I said, "Really? I got to check out the online situation again." So now, how did you break into the lineup though? I mean, did you just force your way by the way you played off the bench?
I mean, we always have to prove ourselves every day in practice,
True.
but it's different being in practice and then trying to practice like that in a game. So I think slowly earning more confidence in game-like situations, and I was starting to shoot better, and she needed someone to do the little things offensively and defensively, and made an emphasis that she would play whoever was trying to do those things. So I think I tried to prove myself by doing things outside of scoring, letting the game come to me, and kind of fell into place.
Well, you stretched it out, but you also scored. You were third on the team at 10 flat even, 10 points per game, and you buried 58 trays to lead the way. You had the highest percentage from beyond the arc. You had some good free throw shooters on your team, didn't you? But you were right among them. I believe third, and but one.
Yeah, we did.
Covington with 87% and Jackie Kemp with 84, and you were right behind them.
Yeah, I know. Jackie shoots so many free throws, so having her percentage so high was huge for us this year.
Yeah, but you posted some really good numbers there, Paige. So congrats on that. And you did play in every one of the games and started. You ended up with starts in more than half of them. More than half the
thank
contests.
you. I appreciate that.
Well, but the thing is, and we all know your work ethic, pretty much everybody from around our area, but you were ready if just given that chance. I mean, you've been prepping not only in season but off season too.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's something hard to realize too at this level. You know, coming from a small town, everything's kind of put into place and not necessarily handed to you, but you need that work ethic, and you can't give up in order to make it all happen. So
Carlisle High grad and SLU hoopster Paige Rockers is with us for a few more minutes on Talkin' Sports. So, but you also had some great teammates. I mentioned Jackie Kemp from Covington and so forth, but you gelled with some just top-notch players, and then Bartelzo's Kendra Wilkin on the roster too. That's pretty cool.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, playing with we had a huge senior class group. There were 6 of us. I was an add-on, so there was 5 of them before I came in, and we actually will graduate as the most winningest class in SLU's
Great
women's basketball program. So that's kind of a credit to my teammates and the program they kind of established there, and hopefully that can keep on. We can leave that there, and it will only continue. But I mean, my teammates kind of set that up before I came into the program, so transferring into a program that had such high standards and goals was definitely a good thing.
Coach Stone definitely has a good sized debt to fill there with 6 of you leaving, but I would think her recruiting has become a bit. That's always difficult, but maybe a bit more fluid, a bit easier over the years because she's enjoyed some success.
Oh yeah, I think any college program that makes a postseason after never making it, and their program history before, definitely draws some eyes to recruits. And I mean, SLU is a great school to begin with, and the coaching staff there was awesome. So I think with the success we've had the last few years, that will definitely help her recruiting classes. I know this next year she has 5 freshmen coming in. I know they may be looking at a transfer, but we also had a redshirt this past year.
Okay.
That will be eligible next year as well, similar to what I went through.
Well,
so they have 6, I guess, replacing the 6 of us that are leaving.
They'll hopefully be okay again, but you sure made a contribution for sure, especially in this year when given that chance to perform a lot more. And I don't want to zap Michigan in any which way, but I know it turned out to be a good move to transfer, especially to SLU. I believe they were after you from the start, but it was great for the family, friends, and everything since you did make that trek, and it worked out fantastic in the end.
Oh yeah, and it was nice being closer I had a lot of family and friends that made a lot of home games, so that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, and you showed up back here, too, once in a while for football and basketball or so, and brought maybe a couple, three of your pals along, too.
To make the trek back home.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to take away the most from your collegiate career? You actually had the 5 years total, but a lot of personal highlights, some good trip. You go to Vegas this year. Pretty neat, not just on the court, but off.
Yeah, I definitely think the memories on and off the court I've shared with my teammates, and I mean, the places you travel with basketball is amazing. I know sometimes traveling in the A-10 conference can get kind of tiring because we are the furthest team west, but you get it. I mean, Rhode Island, George Washington, D.C.,
Bronx,
we got to see a lot
Bronx.
of New York City. So, yeah.
But that's good.
A lot of fun places.
Well, I tell you, so what is next for you now after SLU? Are you going to stay in basketball in some capacity, some coaching? What are you?
I've thought about it, but I think playing-wise, I'm hanging up the shoes. I'd love to do like personal training or stuff on the side, but I will be working as a medical scribe and then preparing to apply to a physician assistant school. So.
Wow.
More schooling, but no basketball this time. So
unbelievable. You
put
you put in a lot of hours, don't you? Not just with the basketball, but with the books too. At a place like St. Louis U, especially. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Paige, I know you've got a scoot too, but Carlisle and Clinton County plus, we're all really proud of what you've done this year and in the past from through Carlisle High School through Michigan and St. Louis U now. So congrats on a really good career.
Thanks, Rip. I appreciate the support.
Yeah, thanks for coming on Talking Sport these, I don't know, 6-7 years, last 6-7 years, I suppose, huh, Paige?
Yeah, I only get 5 years eligibility, so this is my last time.
Yeah, and we had you on through your three, in high school too and such, so thanks a bunch, Paige. We'll see you.
All right. Have a good one.
Yes. Paige Rockers of the St. Louis Basketball Billikens. Our thanks to her. We had Carl Durkins before on scores and stuff. Still to come, John Grunnert on high school baseball. And immediately after this turn, it's the Easy and Travel Sports Flashback. Don't touch that dial.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmers State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
Ready to change your life for the better? Take your first sip of Honest Water today. Start your free trial of Honest Water at PureHonestWater.com or call 806-2081. That's 806-2081 or PureHonestWater.com. At Honest Water, family comes first, and Honest Water wants you to be a part of their family. The goal is simple: to provide communities of Southern Illinois and St. Louis Metro with reliable, purified drinking water at an affordable price. Say goodbye to plastic water bottles and unpredictable tap water. Say hello to delicious, honest water. Start your free trial today at PureHonestWater.com or call 806-2081. No contracts, no hidden cost, just pure, honest water. Call 806-2081 or PureHonestWater.com.
Do you mind if I turn on the radio?
The music is great and it doesn't cost anything.
It's Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio, as we are every Monday and Wednesday from 6 until 7 in the evening, and Saturday mornings 9 until 10. What time is it? It's 6:40. 6:40, as a matter of fact. I never did get a chance to hint at this Saturday or, of course, Monday. So I'm just going to toss in a little tennis note here because this is rather remarkable. Roger Federer, what is he now? Fed's 36, 37 years old. He had his 17-match winning streak snapped the other day, Sunday, and at the BNP Open. That's the first loss all year after 17 consecutive wins by Juan Martín del Potro. But Roger Federer he is still glowing after all these years. What a competitor. And tennis does not get enough pub, I'll tell you that much. Let's flash back.
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Easy In Travel Sports Flashback. Escape to paradise with Easy In Travel and Breeze. Call 526-2201.
In case I sailed back past that time drop I gave you is brought to you by Breeze Furniture Jan's Uniforms. Here we go. This flashback is from December 23rd of last year. It's Centralia Sports Hall of Famer John Mouse Garrett on his round ball years with Coach Bob Schmidt and the Centralia Junior High Tigers.
My 7th grade year, I wasn't on the varsity or didn't play, but Smitty dressed me for the state tournament, and
great.
They won the state tournament, Southern Illinois State.
Exactly, yes.
And
still the same today, I believe.
Yeah, they had a great squad. They were undefeated. Roger Westbrook, Jerry McGarry, Fred Hill. They were loaded, and they played Marion in the championship game, and Roger completely shut down Greg Sterick, my old college teammate. And Smitty put me in the game, in the championship game, and I committed 2 turnovers in 20 seconds. I don't know if that's a record or not, but I'll always remember it. Then the next year, my 8th grade year, we beat everyone on our schedule, but we had a really good team, but we could not beat Heron, and they had probably the best grade school team I've ever seen.
Really?
They had Pat Dowdy, who went to Duke, and these guys had hair on their chest in 8th grade. And
Gillette sponsored them.
We couldn't deal with them. I didn't even have any hair anywhere on me, and they were hard to handle. But we got beat 3 times by them and never lost another game. But we got second.
Companies are hiring again. That's good news. Bad news, you don't have the skills they're looking for. Kaskaskia College can fix that. KC's welding technology program can set you up with the skills industries are looking for. More good news, classes are available at KC's Trenton Center or Crisp Technology Center. Call Sean Morris at 545-3406. The demand is there, the pay is there. Where are you? Kaskaskia College, your future starts here. Southern Bus and Mobility is your Brawnability dealer in Breeze. Southern Bus and Mobility stocks the most popular wheelchair-accessible vans from Brawnability, including lowered-floor minivans with side or rear entry ramps. In addition to personal wheelchair vans, Southern Bus and Mobility has a huge line of commercial buses, school buses, and mobility products to buy or rent. They also sell and can install wheelchair scooter lifts, hand controls, and special turning seats. Call 526-4131. Stop by east of Breeze on Old Route 50 or southernbusandmobility.com.
At Country Financial, we're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through town. We're a part of your community and help support the programs that make our neighborhoods thrive. We take the time to get to know our customers. We know that every situation is unique, and our goal is to understand yours so we can help you be confident about your financial security and your future. Come see me, Teresa Richards, or Keith Wilkin on Main Street in Breeze.
Come out and test your rock and roll knowledge and contribute to a great cause. It's the original 8th annual Max 96.7 Rock and Roll Trivia Night to benefit Angels for Autism. Friday, April 6th at the Roland Bar Cow Golf Course in Oakville. Seating is limited, so be sure to register your 8 to 10 member team by calling Jeff Rabernord at 618-559-4489. It's the original 8th annual Max 96.7 Rock and Roll Trivia Night. April 6th at the Roland Bar Cow Memorial Golf Course in Oakville. Sign-in is at 6:30. Trivia begins at 7:30 to benefit Angels for Autism.
Welcome to our music warehouse. Lucky you're not the one who has to refile all these CDs. Playing everything.
You've got Max 96.7.
Hello, here in the Carlisle Meat and Market Studio. Are you looking for a car, truck, SUV, whatever, and more than looking for something, it has to be at the right price, correct? Well, Diane Chevrolet in Trenton is the place to go. Seek them out. Check it out with Dwayne, Nikki, Dave, Nathan. Give them a call first. Stop on by 224-9200, 224-9200. But all the pre-owned vehicles pass through a really thorough inspection. Most come with Diane's exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty at no cost to you. But check out the action with one of those consultants, Dwayne, Nikki, Dave, Nathan. They know their stuff. They are helpful and more. Go online if you want as well as DianeChevrolet.com. You can shop that way, yes, or schedule service too. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. Remember the name and make them a big part of your car game. Saturday morning, we'll continue the college hoops trend. Rick Moss last week. This Saturday morning, the coach, Jeff Carling from Florida. And we have Rick Shipley already locked up, the Hall of Famer, SAU Hall of Famer, as Mouse is. On Final Four day, we're going to try and snag Tom Michael again, Paul Lusk a few weeks after, hopefully. We'll see what he thinks about that situation. So we always have him on, hopefully another time here in April or so. After this, though, we go to the baseball field for John Grunner of the Westland Warriors.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports is brought to you by the Benoff Insurance Agency in Breeze and Trenton, Breeze Dental Care, K&J Chevrolet, Reverman Chiropractic and Spinal Rehabilitation and Breeze Motor Sales, Southern Bus and Mobility, Kaskaskia College, the First National Bank of Carlisle, Reekman Brothers John Deere, St. Joseph Hospital Breeze, Med Plus Physical Medicine and Brett's Wildlife Lodge, State Farm Insurance Agent Steve Klosterman and Hardy's locations in Breeze and Carlisle, Breeze Family Vision, Tempo Bank, Country Financial Representatives Keith Wilkin and Teresa Richards, and Area CC Food Marts. WCXO Sports since 1999. The sports voice of the Carlisle Indians, the Central Cougars, the Mater Dei Knights, the Westland Warriors, and now the Christ Our Rock Silver Stallions.
We tell you our music library contains an embarrassment of riches. Except nothing embarrasses us. Playing everything.
This is Max 96.7.
It's time to tee up the last block here, the important block. We all are, but this is the trail one. And here we go. Yeah, we're still in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio, and now we're on the Tucker Electric guest line with the head baseball coach at Westland High, John Grunnert. He's been there forever, which is a good thing. Welcome back, John.
Thank you.
You caught another victory last night in the still early season, but you doubled up Belleville East 8-4 on the road. Good job.
Yeah, it was a good win for us. It's been a while since we've played those guys and were able to beat them, and so it was a nice win. It was cold, it was rough playing, but
yeah.
we came out on the right side of it, so that made it better.
You gotta love spring, especially early spring baseball, don't you, around these parts?
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was cold. It was windy and out of the north, and the temperature was 40 and wind chill low 30s. It was cold.
It was flat, ugly, crummy, and more. But the bats were active. You had 2 players with 3 RBIs apiece, and how many hits total did you rack up?
We had a dozen hits, so that's a good day. Yeah, we've swung the bats so far early in the season, pretty decent. And Trico, I was impressed when they came down and played us. We haven't played them first time, and they threw 3 really good arms at us, and we didn't handle that so well. But first game out of the chute, so you never know how kids are going to respond, and they got us. Good pitching beats good hitting anytime.
the game last night against the Lancers, did you take it from start to finish, or how the game flow go there?
Yeah, we scored 4 in the third, and then we turned around and had 3 throwing errors and gave them 3 runs back in the bottom of the third, and then we scored 4 in the fourth and kind of cruised in from there. So,
who? Go ahead, John.
No, I just said it wasn't all that easy though.
No. Well, you made it a little difficult, but the thing, you bounced right back and tacked on some more. But Seth Nast had a good day at the plate, and Ben Herndon and more. So, and who did you have a pitcher or a couple of pitchers on the hill?
Oh, we had 3. We had
3
Brandon Durgan. Yeah, Brandon Durgan started and threw 5 and did a really nice job for us. Gave up 4 hits, and he didn't give up any earned runs, and really changed speeds well and kept us in the game. And our defense let him down there in the third inning, and then his brother Parker came in and had a rough outing. And then we went to a sophomore, Dean Travis, and he came in with the bases loaded jam in the 6th with 1 out and struck 2 guys out and got a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th and helped us out there. So that was a big plus out of a sophomore that you really don't know what you're going to get.
Boy, was that his first time on the mound now?
No, it was his second. He actually threw a little bit the first game against Trico, so it was his second time out there. But he threw the ball well both times. So hopefully, as the season continues, he'll be somebody we can count on.
Yeah, it sounds like you will. And you did have those 2 previous games against Trico and Greenville. You shared a pair there. You did tout Greenville 10-3, so it's again, the season is very, very, it's really young, but you are 2-1, so you got to feel pretty good, especially without having that much time out on the field in the preseason.
Yeah, it's been rough with getting out and spent a lot of time in the gym. You just can't get the things done you need to get done in there, and then even like I said, when you play and you're playing weather like last night, our errors were throwing errors, and it's hard to fault those kids. They got extra clothes on, their hands are cold, and
right.
I'm not making excuses for them, but it just wasn't a good day to play. And, I wasn't happy about it. Don't get me wrong. We talked about it. But at the same time, you got to think about it and say, look what they're dealing with, and they're cold and they're stiff, and it's tough to play. So sometimes you just got to live with that.
We've been talking about that, the defensive end, with the first 3 coaches we've had on from the county, John. I can't even remember way back when it's been a long, but cold and wet, and and when you don't get any practice time, it's so easy in that gym or off that concrete outside. It's different when you get on that, that regular field, especially in some lousy conditions.
Absolutely. It's night and day difference in taking ground balls off a gym floor or anything else, and you just can't work on the things you need to work on and push through the ball. Everything's faster on that gym floor, and you get true hops and big hops, and you get out there on that grass, and you never know what you're going to get. So it does make it hard. By the way, I still remember that dropped ball by David Freese in the World Series. I know he should have used 2 hands, but that glove, it's a little more. It's not so flexible, and so it's a lot that goes into play. But anyway, I think you're looking forward to a good campaign, and not that. But for you, you were right around that 500 mark last year, but I think you're going to carry them back, right? You got some pretty good confidence? Yeah, we're young yet. We really have 2 returning seniors, Seth Nast and Nick Stevens, that are going to be our seniors. And Josh DeMage is with us, but he had surgery. He got hurt in football season and had shoulder surgery, so he's not going to be playing. He's with us, but he's not able to play. And then we have a transfer student, Hayato Sato, is a transfer from Japan, and he's playing with us. But again, how much time he's going to get. So we're really fairly young yet. We got a lot of juniors. That's going to have to pull the weight for us. And I've liked what I've seen so far of them. They work. They're not afraid to work hard and put the time in. And I think they'll continue to get better as the season goes on, and that's all we can hope for. Let's fall back to Hayato. So what was his experience before he came over? Baseball is absolutely #1 in Japan. Absolutely. And he said, over there you play something year-round. You're not really allowed to pick more than one sport. And I think, I'm not quite sure baseball, because I asked him when the last time he played, and I think it was like middle school for him. So I think when he got into high school, he played soccer is what he did. And then when he got here, he wanted to try baseball again. So he came out, and he's been with us. And he's really been a fun guy to have with us. He's got a great sense of humor, and he's teaching us a lot of good stuff. So if you hear us talking in Japanese, he's teaching us how to chew an umpire out in Japanese so they don't understand what we're saying. So it's been a great thing. I've learned a lot so far. That's really good. But so what? It is. Is he a pitcher or what? He does a little bit of everything. He pitches. Okay. He plays some infield. He plays outfield. Switch hits, and he does a little bit of everything.
Well, I hope he has a good time and contributes. That'd be great for you and him.
It would be. I think he's enjoying it, and he's having a good time with the boys, and they cut up with him, and it is fun to have him out there. And I told him when I played with Salt Lake City, I had 2 Japanese kids on the team with me, and I tried to learn 1 Japanese word a day, but most of that went out the window, and I don't remember too much of it anymore. And he's bringing some of those memories back, so it's kind of neat to have him around.
Well, as you mentioned that, I believe with the Trappers there, you tried to learn a Japanese word every day, and then at the same time, you tried to teach Frank Colston an English word every day.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. Frank talked with his bat, though. He didn't have to talk with anything else.
But that was a full 24 hours there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
between the Japanese and Frank's
Frank
English. Hey,
those are good memories, too.
I just saw Frank the other day, so at Frank's place. But the starting rotation, is that kind of a fluid thing, or you pretty much know who's going to go when and where?
No, not exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be random, and again, we don't have that number one guy. We really don't. We have a lot of guys that can throw for us, but I don't have one guy I can roll out there and say, he's going to be a stopper for you and he's going to keep you in the game. So they're going to have to rely on changing speeds and location. They're going to have to pitch. They can't throw, and defense is going to have to be key for us. And I think this year, from what I've seen, I think we're going to be offensively better, which is what we need, and we're more athletic, which is something we haven't had. We got some guys that can run, and that's going to help too. So instead of relying on pitching and defense, like I always say, this year we may have to rely on defense and offense to kind of carry us, and the pitchers just do what they got to do.
Going to be able to steal a few bases then?
I hope so. I hope so. We really have some guys that are athletic and can run a little bit, and that's going to have to be part of our game.
The Cahokia Conference, it's around the corner, and it'll be really good again. And you have a new addition we went through this with every coach of every sport, but the Salem Wildcats are in now and should make it a little tougher yet.
Oh, yeah, they've been solid the last few years. They've been really good, and their Legion program has come a long way, and they really play some good baseball. So we're looking forward to playing them, and good competition only makes you better. So we're glad to have them. I'm not looking forward to the road trip, but you can't get there from here, It's
but it's a good place. It'll be a good ballpark.
It is. It'll be good competition. We'll be looking forward to playing them.
You've got a lot of competitive action outside of the Cahokia Conference too. Looks like you may have about 3 doubleheaders labeled too as well. GCS, are you over there at all this year?
No, we don't go. We haven't played over there for a few years.
You haven't for a while, huh? Okay.
No, we have not.
And what about this? Could be a misprint here because I know you go at some point to Columbia, middle of next month. Are both those games against Columbia, Illinois? It says on this one sheet here, it says Columbia Independent out of Missouri. Is that wrong?
That should be wrong.
Yeah, I kind of thought so. I thought somebody was trying to trick me with that.
Yeah, we play each conference team twice, home and away. So
yeah, that was. I'll scratch that. That was off Max Preps. That happens. That's no big deal there. But hey, how many guys you got at least in college right now playing some ball for you, John, from these recent teams?
You have Zach Schwame and Jared Timmerman are at KC yet, and I think that's all we currently have going right now. I think everybody else has graduated or not playing anymore. No, I mean we got some older guys. We've got Meadows and Brett Maminga is playing. Those 2 guys are still playing too. I forgot about them. I think they're in their senior year now.
Are they up north?
Yeah, they're at Division III.
Okay.
Up there.
Okay. And Jared, I think he had a really good year last year for the Devils.
Yeah, and he's done well so far. I followed him a little bit, and his stats look pretty good. And Zach's getting a few innings here and there, and hopefully he can stay healthy and keep the arm in shape. And I think down the road he could help him too, maybe out of the bullpen. But Jared's been doing well on the mound. Yes,
indeed. Now I'm not. Okay, I will anyway. I'll take a guess. Is this about 22, 23 years for you at Westland?
I believe it's like the 24th, to be honest with you.
I was sort of close.
24th at the varsity level, and I did probably 3 years of JV before that, so I've been going a long time over there.
Yeah, so you got Kevin Krask and Dusty Barr. They're around that 11, but they've got a long way to go to catch you, don't they?
Well, yeah, I guess if they're smart enough to stick around that long with us, you get out while the getting's good. You know what I mean? No, I've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Each year's a new challenge, and a little more refreshed this year too. Doing things differently, trying a few new things, and So you got to mix it up to stay up with it. I still don't look at it as a job. It's something I want to do, and the day I look at it and say, this is a job and I don't want to do it anymore, it's a chore to go, then that's time to hang it up. But I haven't reached that yet.
Very true. Well, you won't say, but I know you've given some great instruction over the years, so you've groomed these kids well for during high school and for their beyond years, playing baseball or not. So, and who's helping you out as assistants this
Doc
season?
is helping us this year, and Craig Klein actually hung it up this year. He decided to retire, and I tried to get him to come back, and he won't do it. So Doc Neighbors is my assistant at the varsity level, and then we have a new JV coach. Burbrick is taking over for us. Brian Burbrick is doing the JV, so he's with us once in a while too.
So you're set again, either which way. So okay.
Yeah, we got enough bodies. You look over there, Belleville East the other day, and they got like 5 or 6 coaches in there. And you go to O'Fallon, they got 8, and you go to Edwardsville, and they got 5 or 6 running around. And I'm thinking to myself, boy, that'd be nice to have, but we can't hardly handle that.
You have to, increase the length of the dugouts. But
absolutely.
John, thanks a lot. Of course, we'll be back to you, and have a great 2018. Okay.
Thank you. I hope things continue the way they are, and we'll be fine. I appreciate it.
Okie doke. We'll see you.
Bye.
All right, thanks to John Grunner and also Page Rockers. Carl Durkis on Scores and Stuff Saturday morning. Coach Jeff Carling on college hoops and a player or two to be named. We'll see you then on Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 WCXO.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. Diane Chevrolet in Trenton. McKendree University in Lebanon, Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton, Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman, Seaver Brothers in Carlisle, and by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.